Just tell me when you're ready to test the audio. I will. I'll go there later. Hello and welcome to the game. The St. Christopher Saints are going to be playing Episcopal today, starting in 9 minutes or so. So we hope it's a good game and all.
Sounds good. Say some more, Andrew.
Hello.
Keep talking.
Say it again.
Testing.
Welcome to the game. The St. Christopher Saints are going to be playing Episcopal today, starting in 9 minutes or so. So we hope it's a good game.
Testing.
So let's leave the mic where it is. Say something. Put the mic up back where it is, where it sounds good, and let's have you be the new person.
Testing. Is this alright?
Testing. Testing. What?
Good afternoon. We will shortly begin the game between the St. Christopher Saints and Episcopal. Uh,
The
Saint-
Saints are starting off 3-0, looking to get a fourth win this season, and they have yet to be been scored on this whole season. Last game they beat St. Stephen's by a goal.
and it looks like Episcopal will be starting the first half with the ball. And Cameron King will get the ball and return it down to number 11, Kyle Patel, who barely misses a header. That will be out on St. Chris. Again, out by St. Christopher's. Headed by Cameron King to Grayson DeCosmo. Down to Kyle Patel. He's got some open space. And knocked out by number 8, Oliver Schroeder. I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing any names. That is not my strong suit. And Episcopal walks it back, hoping to make something. They unfortunately for them, outmanned. They did not make any of it. Backs off and passes back to Cameron King, which is then booted out by number 4, Beckett, to the other side of the field. Back and forth. That will be going to St. Chris. Luke Manoli attempts to pass it to Kyan. Episcopal will knock it out. Wes Wise, the captain there, is going to try to make something out of that. He unfortunately is shut out by Episcopal's defense. That looks like St. Chris will be getting the ball. Number 8, Ian Cox, will be having a penalty kick. Yep. St. Chris hoping to make an early goal to set the game off right. Ian attempts the shot. It goes out. We will have some play here at midfield as Episcopal tries to make a run for it, and the Saints attempt to knock it back. Looks like the Saints have taken it back. Looks like some action between Grayson DeCosmo and Beck Mumford. That is knocked out by Episcopal. Episcopal being aggressive, hoping to keep the Saints from having the ability to have any more shots than they can. Again, be knocked out by Episcopal. Number 12, Stephen Bashara, throwing in to Westwise, captain. Westwise is so far leading the team in goals this season with 3 goals. We hope to have some more plays by him this season. Luke Manoli, another senior, will be throwing it to Kaim Patel, who is not only a superb soccer player, but one of the best artists St. Christopher's has. And Westwise, Jack Bleacher, who made Varsity as a freshman, Ian Cox and Stephen Bashara, Beck Mumford, all are going to be passing it around, hoping for shots, just trying to find almost chance to score there. Luke Manoli will stop that, kick it out. St. Christopher's is doing the best to keep Episcopal from being able to get across the midline. It so far appears to seem that both sides are defense focused. I would say St. Christopher's has had more offense so far, but we are only 6 minutes in, and soccer games tend to not be determined quickly. So St. Christopher's will again be throwing in sophomore Stephen Bashara. Ian Cox and Luke Manoli working on keeping them from being able to. Manoli strips him and kicks it down the field. We've had some of the younger ball kids on the side have done an excellent job so far. I think I've done the job. Episcopal throws it in with some tough pressure from the Saints defense. It is again immediately knocked out by them. But it is thrown in, headed by Westwise, kicked by Jack Bleach, and passed to Ian Cox. Beck Mumford now has received the ball, passing it again to Grayson and Jack as they, again, both sides here just trying to working on finding the gaps in the armor of the other team's defense, trying to get a chance. Manoli and Ian appear to be doing defense. Kyan will, Wes will all be start working on heading towards the goal again. It seems to be a shot by Stephen. Shot by Stephen Shaw, saved by Episcopal's goalie. I apologize for not knowing his name. He is not on my roster, unfortunately. But he has done what appears to be a really good job so far. Saints are putting Episcopal to work here on defense, testing the boundaries and stretching Episcopal out as far as they can. St. Chris will now be taking a corner shot. And for those of you wondering why we're not in a usual location out the window, currently there's some film going on for a TV series that's happening in the wrestling gym, so we are in the stands today, happy to be with the fans, and we should hopefully next time be out here again. St. Chris will be having another corner kick. Appears that Ian and Ian and Beck had a conversation trying to determine what they needed to do. Ooh. Yes! And Saints score. I think that was scored by
Wes Wise has started all 3 games so far.
I believe that was scored by a Stephen Bashar. I apologize for the inaccuracies. If you stick around to the end of the game, I will make sure that we had the official stats. But Saints off to a good start here, starting the game off right with an early goal. Early for soccer. West Wise being aggressive, attacking Jet Passad, who is scored 2 goals so far this season, and has done a good job so far of putting some shots on goal. The first game, I believe, despite the fact the Saints only scored 2, we had several shots on goal. Saints, it is kicked out by Episcopal, trying to keep the Saints from progressing. It's then pass across the field, shifting the momentum over to Luke Manoli, over to Kyle Patel. And some counter play here with Episcopal and Saints.
Saints just look to get out of bounds there.
Episcopal working on trying to shift the momentum of the game. It's still early. So, yeah. Bowen Hall, one of the usual starters, is not here today, fortunately. Episcopal takes a shot. It's high. Unfortunately, in a soccer game, even really good shooters, doesn't matter on which team, but you can have some really good soccer players, some really good shooters, but if it takes a certain amount of defense, and any shooter will crack. So. Okay, louder. That will be passed back to Rex Allen in goal. To Beckett. St. Christopher is making it across the half line. Some Saints defense. Ian going. Momentum sending him flying. We have some really fast guys on soccer. It's easy for them to topple. Episcopal will be kicking it down. Then we'll pass it back to Rex. Rex over to Cameron King. And a close shot by Episcopal. Barely missed. Between Rex and Beckett, they were both really close. So I'm glad that they both managed to. They both had a little room for air there. Though hopefully they both continue to play. But I know that Mr. Wood and the other coaches have high expectations, and Jet heads it, and another goal headed by Jet, passed over to Grayson DeCosmo, headed in. It's seems to be a really good game so far for the Saints. They got the momentum going in the right way. if Episcopal wants to get back in this game, I think that even if they are a team as good as St. Christopher's, they need to shift the momentum back to their favor. But I think with this momentum of almost a goal every 7 or so minutes, St. Chris can keep this. If they can keep this up, this should be a good game for us to get some other guys in. Give Saints with a 2-0 lead. Also give them some room to be able to try some new things. Put in some of the new younger generation. We have several freshmen on the team, and so it should be good to see what the future for Saints Lacrosse said. I know that several people have said it before. Ooh, and Jack Brazard kicks it down to Kay Cox, who kicks it and kicks it just over the goal. Good defense by Episcopal there, always keeping them, trying to keep themselves in front of the man. And the 2 goals so far scored, I believe, were mostly because Episcopal when there was confusion and it got disorganized. So good news though for the Saints to be able to take advantage of the chaos in some sense, and Episcopal work on making the run, but Saints intercept it mid-line and will continue to work on moving that towards the other end of the field. Jet is doing well despite the fact he was being double teamed, and number 15 will kick that out. I am not going to attempt to butcher his name though. Good job, and I hope that if you ever do, if you as family or you see this game later, you're not insulted. I do not wish to insult you. My name, Manoli on that. Manoli working on it, getting in there. West Wise passing it back to DeCosmo, and Elias Homer will work on keeping that back. Stephen Shara, the sophomore, kicking in, hoping that some action between Jarrett and West will result in a goal. Both of them have had really good starts to the season, and I'm glad to see seniors being able to have such a good game. Luke throws it in. Westwise will receive that, passes it to Grayson. Will kick that, hoping to get a shot off with Jarrett, who is a really good scorer. And now St. Chris will work on. And Grayson, the Cosmo, attempts to keep it in, doing a good job, though. Fortunately, that will go out, though. He pushes Episcopal back a little. It should be good. Elias will again. Elias seems to be doing a lot of work on moving it forward. Elias and number 10. I apologize. It appears that we somehow don't have your name on the Episcopal roster, so. Again, to all the people whose names I either cannot pronounce or I do not have your numbers for, it is not anything against you. In fact, several of you who I do not know the names of have performed phenomenally well this game and have really been pushing forward. Grayson DeCosmo will be taking the corner kick. kick that into the mix again, hoping to get another goal by disrupting Episcopal's defense. Most of their shots St. Chris has been by breaking down Episcopal's really solid defense. And Cameron manages to strip the ball, and Episcopal is not ready to willingly relinquish control of it. And it appears that we are going to have some heading and a constant battle here at the midline. That's been a consistent goal to see. Oh, and Cameron gets it. Cameron, it is knocked out of bounds by Yakin. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Cameron really working on trying to get a goal. Episcopal shutting them out, trying to get rid of the momentum. Soccer, there's a lot of work on trying to remove momentum that both sides would rather have the other team throw it in on their end than have a lot of momentum coming down the field. So, Episcopal, I think, making the right call there, and then they will again kick it. Similar play to what they've been doing the game. It appears that Cameron will receive that, and though Joshua will manage to get that, he will fight to get it. The Saints will end up winning that battle for the ball. Thrown in to Jared and West, some of the best players on the team. Both of them try to fight around the midline again against this, but it appears that West was overly physical on that play. I apologize. I do not know the exact rules for.
In the first 15 minutes of the game, it was mostly on Episcopal's half, and now it's starting to shift a little bit over to Saints' half of the field.
Now it looks like the Saints have done a pretty good job of returning it. The Episcopal really pressuring St. Chris. As we get through this, passing it down to West. Testing to see what he can do out that. Passing it back up and down the field. Just waiting for a good time to try to take some activity to goal. Jack Bleacher comes, but Luke Manoli will intercept the pass and kick it down the field. That will be received by Episcopal. And Elias will again start working. It appears that we had Elias got the wind knocked out of him going against Luke Manoli, who can sometimes be a little physical. He is the cross play as well, and he is not readily shook by much, so I feel bad for Elias running into him, though I'm glad that he is able to get back into the game. Grayson will pass it. As we will down to Cade, down to Jet, and we will all. It appears that Episcopal will kick it out, trying to get rid of any momentum. No, that will be out on the Saints. Looks like Rex Allen still in goal. Sometimes they'll sub sophomore Ben and Ben Smith to help him get some experience. And that will be White's ball. Episcopal's ball. Number 8. Oliver will be taking that. Episcopal hoping to make the most of this scenario. Rex will catch him to a 360 midair. Really good save by him. Glad to see him on the field. This will be, unfortunately, his last year with St. Chris, so good to see it. He really powerful punt down the field for Episcopal and the Saints really fighting on getting control back. I think Episcopal outmanned will not have much hope of being able to retain. And it seems to be following the usual St. Chris play of coming down the left side of the field. St. South will kick it out and then attempt to keep going. Episcopal has, I think, begun to settle into the game more after the first couple minutes, and it's working on keeping them Saints off from their half and trying to get their own momentum. Beckett will send that back though. That will be White's ball. Oliver will be stunning it. I shouldn't say kicking it in. I apologize for lack of my. Cameron King. Jarrett then taking control of the ball. Look, I'm moving it. Pass down to Parker and Kyan. Parker Cushman will pass it down to West Wise. Down to Ian. Hoping to get something. Ooh. Back Mumford attempts to put it in. Pretty good shot, despite the pressure put on him. That will be missed though. St. Christopher's will continue to push that back, trying to keep Episcopal as far away from their goal as they can. Stripping the ball, looks like Beck Mumford's working on scoring. Jarrett attempts to score. The defense is strong. Oh, Kyan. Ooh. And West Wise scores with an assist from Kyan Patel. Kyan and West both doing a really good job. Kyan Patel. Hopefully the Saints can continue to keep this momentum up throughout the game. Saints being aggressive with as they've earned themselves a little bit more of a margin for error. The Saints will continue to work on keeping themselves constantly on offense. And ball kicked, luckily not heading anyone on the sidelines. We always glad to see no one's been injured by the play in the field. Number 22 will be throwing it in. Episcopal trying to use the trying to use the Kine strips it by number 6. Ooh. Episcopal putting in one last bit of defense, working, trying to keep it, trying to pass it down to J. Passard. Unfortunately, the Saints, Episcopal will intercept that. And Episcopal really working on trying to get something out. So they try to really shift the momentum of this game into their favor. St. Chris is going to be doing everything in their power to slow the progress. It seems that Episcopal will have a corner kick. Passard kicking it. Episcopal intercepting that. West Wise will return the ball to the Saints' possessions. Working on sending it down the left side. Though Episcopal is beginning, I believe, to get used to this method and will intercept it. Episcopal's really working on being aggressive on the defense, trying to make sure that St. Chris is not going to have another opportunity to knock it out. We have some really enthusiastic assistants on the sidelines. We may try to shout them out during halftime, get them on camera, but they've done a great job, great enthusiasm. We love to see it across all levels of the Saints division. I'm not sure if the Saints, but love to see the enthusiasm for the older guys in the school. So Episcopal working it back. St. Chris will intercept that. And we'll pass it back to Rex, who will pump that down. Episcopal will intercept that. Some counterplay. It appears that Episcopal tries to get something going, but St. Chris manages to get on it just enough to slow down the momentum. And Beck Mumford has the ball. He's going down side field, hoping to get something in. Ooh. Beck misses. He's a great effort, and love to see Beck putting in this work. Beck has scored 1 goal this season, being in coming in time for 3rd. That's amount of goals scored this season. He's done well so far, and hopefully his consistent patience, consistent diligence to attempt and score will pay off for him before the end of the game. St. Chris getting a little overly physical as they try to get the ball. The result, and Episcopal getting it, though the Saints will knock it down to West. West will pass it down to Episcopal. Is going to knock that out of bounds. Time. They're doing all they can right now to keep the Saints from piling up any more of a lead, trying to make the comeback. And the interception, again, we have this battle at midfield. Pass it back to Rex. Both sides trying to settle down the ball. When it reaches their side, reorganize, set up their new defense, set up to run their plays. Westwise will have the ball. See battles of Episcopal defenders who prevent him from being able to score. Episcopal blocks Ian's shot. Pocket Cushman. And ooh. Pocket is working on slowing down the Episcopal's momentum just enough for the rest of the team to catch it back up, be able to play defense, get rid of Rex Allen. Again, they'll give it down to Beck, looking to make something out of it this time. Beck double teams have and will not be able to get it off there. Ooh. Steven kicks it, hits the crossbar. We've had some great attempts so far on the goal. Love the diligence, love the patience. It's always good to see them working on it. St. Chris at battle thing, giving it down the west, trying to kick it. No. Ooh. Beck Muppet again. Another shot. Hoping to make something out of it. Unfortunately, it, with the amount of defense and pressure applied, can't get it. Appears that he's getting frustrated with how it's going, though. Hopefully, he will not let it get to him. Part of any sport is not letting the opponent get in your head, not letting the missed shots get in your head, not letting previous mistakes get in your head. It's about focusing on what's going on now, and it's great for some of the senior leaders, whether it's a captain or a another leader. Ooh, Kyan puts it on. Yes! And working the thing. St. Christopher's man taken down. Kyan with an assist towards West. Great work. Great teamwork.
I believe that is Wes's 5th goal for the season.
4-0 with about 3 minutes left in the half. Episcopal hoping to work on finishing the half right for them. Trying to get a goal, though. Ian will take that pocket. Saints looking to be able to work on the method to maybe get one last goal in before halftime. They're probably just trying to maintain the 4-0 lead. Again, Oliver will kick it, hoping to get some momentum going down the field. Episcopal doing everything they can to change the game. Really working on it. Pass to, I believe, Stephen Bashara. Fortunately, that'll go out on him. Episcopal hoping that the change they have here will pay off. Working on getting it down, and Rex will stop that. Close attempt by Episcopal, though. Rex's experience as a goalie will prove better. Episcopal trying to take some shots. Trying to keep the ball from progressing down the field, as well as giving a little bit more of a chance for it to go right. That will miss. Rex will give it down. Episcopal will take that back. Episcopal being really aggressive, though. The Saints' own aggression will match theirs. Beck again will be passes it to Barrett. Jarrett. I did not mean to call him Barrett. Take a shot which will miss the goal. Both teams trying to finish out the half by getting a point. Episcopal still working really hard on trying to even the playing field. And Episcopal will be continuing amount of aggression, though. It appears that combination things aren't going in their favor, which, as much as you always want your home team to win, it always sad to see the other team, especially when they work hard. So hopefully, Saints trying to keep Episcopal from having another chance of making it really aggressive, just trying to keep away from Episcopal. So that will be the end of the half. The Saints lead 4-0. Both teams working hard. Hopefully we'll come out and score. St. Christopher's back from halftime. 4-0 Saints. Hoping to continue their play. Quick update from the Trinity Collegiate game. Trinity is beating Collegiate 3-0 in soccer, that is, varsity soccer. So, Cameron,
Episcopal looks to not continue the streak from the first half.
Saints, working on keeping the ball as far away from their goal as possible. That's really goal of both teams right now. Episcopal Saints at this point are more focused on defense than offense. I think that we will begin to see that reflected as we go through the game. Max Allen will kick that. Episcopal will intercept. Cameron and Ian will get that back to Rex. It's a back and forth game at this point. Saints trying to clear it. That will be out. Episcopal will throw that in, and that will be headed out by Ian. St. Chris trying to get it out, yep, and Beck Mumford will get along. Jet Passad, and that will be kicked out by Episcopal in an attempt to remove Saints thing. Racing to Cosmo, working on trying to keep it, passes it to Beck Mumford, who will pass it over to, or attempt to pass it. Looks like the Saints will have a corner here. Hopes of maybe getting another goal. Be good to see some of the guys like Beck and Stephen who have been working really hard all game to get a goal for them to be able to finish. Ooh, West Wise trying to get the header, but Episcopal will be able to get that out of the way. Luke doing his best to keep the ball in the danger zone for Episcopal. That ball will be out on the Saints. Episcopal working on trying to get it game back. Now, Khan Patel will pass that to West Wise, who will shoot. And a goal by West Wise.
I think that is his 6th of the season and 3rd of this game.
Really good to see some of these guys able to do it, especially the seniors, able to get some bits in. Episcopal really is going to have to go into overtime here to save the game if they need it. They really need to stop. Beck will throw that in to Jack Bleacher. Pass it to Grayson DeCosmo. Going back down the field to Beckett and to Luke Manoli. Trying to pass it to West Wise, though Episcopal will intercept it. Episcopal trying to be really aggressive here, working on trying to get a goal. And a pretty good shot by Joshua, I believe. Though that will be a bit high. Jet will get that down to Beck Mumford, who will pass it to Jack, trying to make a run there, but that will go out of bounds on the Saints. Looks like we've changed the goalkeepers this half for Episcopal. Again, I do not know which goalkeepers which unfortunately the sheet that we were given does not have their name. But Episcopal working on making a run, trying to do anything, but Saints defense will prove to be good. Evan DeCosmo. Pass that to Beck Mumford. He's really eager to try to get Beck's. Heads up. That will be down. Saints trying to put that back on their end. Making Episcopal work for it, making them run, trying to settle down, get the offense back where they want it. Looks like, ooh, and pass to Grayson DeCosmo, tries to shoot it. He will unfortunately miss. No, Grayson DeCosmo, my bad. Evan DeCosmo graduated last year. Jack Bleacher will pass it down. Saints looking to maybe scraping a couple extra points here as we go through. Started off the half right with a goal. Passing it down to Beck. Hopefully Beck will finally get, ooh. Beck really being aggressive there, hoping to get this goal. A pass, but fortunately Luke Manoli will get that. Passes it down to Kaim Patar, I believe. It'll be passed down to the Saints. Waiting, then moving the ball as far down the field as possible. At this point, the Saints, I believe, are just trying to play a little bit of keep away until they can settle down, and I think mainly focusing on defense, as I said before, rather than offense. Episcopal doing everything they can to get this game going in the right direction. See some movement between Will and some of the folks. You have some enthusiastic ball boys on the sideline. So Ian will try to get that, though. Episcopal will rob it again. They're being really aggressive, hoping to get a goal here, though. They are having a lot. Oof. And Cameron King will remove that. And Kaim Patel will come in, passes it to Luke Manoli, who gets it as far down as possible. Appears at some point the Saints kicked it out of bounds. Yes, rectifying that now. Episcopal working, hoping to get it, that the Saints will knock that out of bounds. It looks like Episcopal with a corner kick, trying to get a little bit of headway in this game, though they have gone almost nowhere so far. So hopefully they can get themselves together, and hopefully this doesn't affect. Hopefully this makes Episcopal better for the rest of the season. And West Wise got wide open. He's wide open. He's gonna go. He's going for it. Ooh, West Wise with the shot. Barely misses. Really good play on trying to get that down the field as quickly as possible. No, Episcopal's defense holding strong.
Saints look to switch goalies as Ben Smith comes in.
Again, I think Episcopal really working towards it. Saints getting Cameron King, I believe, getting a little physical over there. And it appears that St. Chris will be putting Ben in. You see players from both sides taking a knee. It's always good to see sportsmen.
Alexander is the player hurt on the field right now.
We never wish to see anyone injured. Back. And it looks like Bob and the trainer is out there right now trying to help him. So hopefully he's alright. You never wish to see players injured at this level, especially as the seniors, and this will for some of them might be some of their last chances to get soccer. And so glad to see him walking off the field. Appears that Episcopal will have the penalty kick, and the Saints will be swapping out almost the entire field. Hoping to get some guys in who are a little more fresh. They might sub in back and some of the other players in a bit, but working on getting some of the younger guys some experience as well as keeping older guys fresh. Ben Smith will make his first save of the game. Ben has done a good job showing his leadership for his team, and it's glad to see through him and the other sophomores and freshmen on this team the leadership the underclassmen have as they begin to move forward. Episcopal really working on trying to get this down the field. Callan and Parker work on doing removing the ball, but Episcopal's aggressive playing seems to be working, though the Saints will be able to move the ball in the other direction. Yeah, Bazard. Kick that That will be out on the Saints. Episcopal will throw that in. Stevens will get that back to West. One of the few starters still in the game. Seymour have that back out of bounds as the Saints try to reset. Episcopal giving it everything they got, hoping to be able to make it. Number 29, Evan, who's a freshman, will be there though, trying to stop that. That will be a corner kick, however, for Episcopal. Episcopal, again, really working on trying to get some play in the last 25 minutes or so of the game, 24. Episcopal will not be able to make anything out of that. Though they regroup outside, hoping to make the secondary attack. The Saints starting to pressure them, not allowing them enough time to fully reset. Ben Smith will manage to save that though. Almost have a slip up there though between his natural ability to get up. Well, not hit through his ability to get up and back into action, and some of the other players he'll be okay. Ben Smith really working on control. It's good to see some of the freshmen on this team stepping up, working on getting better. Hopefully it'll show the future of St. Chris. Episcopal will be throwing this in, working on getting this down, but the Saints will intercept it and will work on sending it back down, back to Wes Wise. And that will go to Ben Smith, who will pass it to the outside. Unfortunately, that pass is not received. Some of the players are getting tired going on, so Episcopal really trying to capitalize on some of the fatigue that is setting in on the Saints, and the inexperience of some of the new guys coming in, hoping that they might be able to use that to their advantage, and they really have. If compared to the first quarter, it's been a lot more time spent on the Saints half working on defense. Wide shot, that will be saved by number 22. Saints again having a battle at midfield, mainly trying to keep it down. Episcopal really working on getting it. Wes Wise beginning to show some signs of fatigue after his almost hour-long worth of playing now. And this really aggressive playing, though he seems to be able to maintain this ability to move. Grayson DeCosmo. Grayson DeCosmo will be subbed out. Not sure exactly what went on, but I think he got caught up in some of the aggression that's been going on, trying to get through this. Episcopal had the ball their side and will try to stop moving it. Looks like number 30 Daniel will come in to replace Grayson. Wes Wise will leave the game for the first time after his really fantastic game for him. He should really be proud of himself all he's done, really. He has moved this team forward this game and season. Saints really working on just trying to keep Episcopal from having any really open chances at scoring. Daniel will come out there. Charlie Hudson and Parker Cushman will all be passing it, trying to make aggressive play upfield. Episcopal, however, is going to be able to stop that. Number 9, Elias, will work on sending it downfield, though the Saints will again to start applying their defense. And St. Chris manages to intercept the pass. Parker Cushman works on sending it down field. So that will be out on the Saints. With under 20 minutes of the game left, Episcopal really, at this point, it's just trying to work on scoring the entire, more than ever. They've really got to lock in now as they approach the end of their ability to come back. We've really seen Episcopal start to make some better plays at this half. Really working on himself. Goal. Looks like number 9, Elias, is down, which is unfortunate. He's really been pushing for Episcopal. Looks like he is able to get up. That I think he might be done for the game. It's unfortunate to see, especially one of the people on this team really trying to push him forward. So hopefully he will be able to continue playing the season, and it's no major injury. Jet has left to be replaced by Kyan for the time being. Really, I think St. Chris Kirchwood's trying to sub some people around. Make sure no one's getting in the sun too long. No one's working too long. Looks like Saints will be able to get the ball, move it upfield. Kyan working on, but however Episcopal is able to get it down. Trying to move it. Saints moving it upfield. This time trying to run some of the clock time down. Parker Cushman coming in. Looks like the Saints are maybe getting up to try to score here. That'll be out on Episcopal, I believe. Saints will have a corner here. Maybe give themselves a chance for another goal. No. Ooh. Between the head with Charlie and shot by Kyan. They almost make it in. Fortunately, some pressure from Episcopal and some of the pressure from the time.
Saints switch goalies with Dougie Boardman coming in.
Both Dougie and Ben sophomores, so should be good for them to see. This half, the Episcopal really has put all three goalkeepers to work. Expect as time goes on, they are going to put Dougie to work.
Saints up 5-0 with about 15 minutes left. It's their best game yet. Still have let a goal in.
Looks like Episcopal will have a penalty kick for some probably overly aggressive plays on St. Chris's part. Both teams getting aggressive as the game winds down. Episcopal trying to keep in the air. A lot of movement, trying to move the ball back and forth. It's like a ping pong game, just ball moving back and forth, back and forth. Both teams trying to settle it down enough to be able to have a chance to score, but the defense exhibited, I think, will prevent that. Ooh, not a bad shot. Fortunately, he won't. That was Tyler Overstreet, freshman. Good to see. I'm the classman. It's really been interesting to see how the first minute or two of the second half, the Saints managed to score a goal, and then after that, the defense on both teams really has shut each other out with no goal for almost half an hour. Daggison across midfield line, where a battle in between the Saints and Episcopal. Episcopal ultimately winning with the Saints kicking out of bounds, hoping to make something of what little time they have left. Mainly working on trying to score a goal. Both teams really playing aggressive, and Episcopal hoping for a shot here that the Saints will get rid of the momentum. I believe that is Daniel Kyan coming down the field. Hopefully a shot. Ooh. Not a bad attempt, though that will unfortunately not end up resulting in anything. Episcopal really pushing, trying to get a attempt to get a shot off here. Refusing to give up before the game's over, which it's good to see that they maintain this effort. And it looks like that will be out on Saints. Episcopal small. Jack Bleacher back in the game. Saints sending as far upfield as they can. Working on keeping Episcopal from that opportunity. Ooh. Trying to get it down to Daniel. Maybe get a shot off. Episcopal. Again, very defensive game. Stop the momentum. Daniel shoots. Misses. The defense of this half has been much more strenuous than that of the first half. Really working on shutting down. Bow on the Saints. That will be Episcopal's ball. Number 4, Joshua. Have a little bit of conversation with the gets on the side. Which always good to see that. Ooh, the keeper will come out just in time to save that. Almost a goal for St. Chris. Saints really pressuring the Episcopal's defense here in the last couple minutes. Neither team has any Parker with the head to try to get a shot off. A lot of back and forth between two teams. Both teams focused on getting the ball out of their territory as fast as possible. Episcopal hoping to get a shot off, but between the pressure of the defense and the lack of good range, doesn't result in much. Saints working here to finish the game. Not strong. Both teams hoping to get a last-minute goal. Luke Noli back in the game. Kind Ooh. Close shot by Charlie. Several close shots now by him. Much like back, you hope some of these people who are continuously trying to get shots off will make it. For those of you watching and wondering what on earth that horrendous noise is, the background, that is the lifts from the filming as they maneuver, as they have finished. I'm assuming they have finished their filming. Saints kick it out, thrown by again number 4 Joshua. Looks like Beckett will be trying to get rid of the ball. I think they're doing some subs. I think they might get Jet back in the last bit of the game. Looks like they're getting Cameron King back into the game. Saints working on keeping it out of range. Episcopal trying to make push. Buck Gushman pickpocketing him. Episcopal working on it. Saints playing aggressively. Looking to maybe get a shot off here in the last couple minutes. Some play between some of the seniors that have been reintroduced. Jet is officially back in the game. Subbing for Jack Bleacher. Looks like it'll be the Saints ball. Trying to get some to Jet. Hoping to make something out of it though. That doesn't work. Both teams really being aggressive here. As we come into the last little bit of the game, Jarrett really using those well-rested legs to do everything in his power.
Episcopal being fast here, trying to possibly get a shot on goal.
That will be out. Saints ball. At this point, both teams are just really moving as fast as possible, trying to make something out of what they got. Episcopal trying to shut down St. Chris. And that is the game. The final score will be Saints 5, Episcopal 0. Great game on both sides.
West Wise had a record 3 goals in 1 game for him this season, and the Saints soccer remains undefeated. They've also yet to been scored on this season.
Glad to see a really good game between all the thank y'all for tuning in. We should hopefully be posting stats on socials, and I hope y'all have a great day.